Now, the Metropolitan Police is leading an investigation into an apparent cyber attack on the foreign currency exchange firm Travelex. The company's websites have now been offline for about a week, with staff providing exchange services manually in its branches. The attack, which happened on New Year's Eve, was first announced by Travelex last Thursday. The firm has more than 1,200 branches around the world. I'm joined now by Rob Shapland, an ethical hacker and cyber security awareness trainer. I mean, this is an astonishing and seemingly growing crime, isn't it? So, in effect, the hackers are demanding a ransom in return for returning control of their own systems. Is that right?
Exactly that. Yeah, it's a very common form of cyber attack called a ransomware attack. The idea being you kidnap the files stored on the computer system and you ask for a ransom payment to unlock them. And the more valuable the files, the more you can ask for.
So, effectively kidnapping data.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can find a way into the company's network, so you get someone to click on a link, or you find an out-of-date computer system, you can break in, and then you've got a choice of things to do. One of them is to put this ransomware thing on that encrypts everything stored on the computer system, and then a ransomware screen pops up, and you can ask for an amount of money. It might be just a few thousand, but in this case, it looks like they're asking for about $3 million to be transferred.
So that all happens online?
Yeah, it's all online, yeah. It's to do with the problem with the company's computer systems. They put something online that was vulnerable to an attack. The hackers got in, and then they used this ransomware to demand payment.
So what Travelex cashiers at the moment are working with, what, sort of pens and paper?
Yeah, literally pens and paper, yeah. Because what they had to do was take all their computer systems offline so this thing didn't spread any further. Because if it spreads further, it does more and more damage. You take everything offline, you try and clean it up. But in the meantime, yeah, you're literally down to pen and paper. So there's a huge amount of damage to the company.
Right, you mentioned a sum there. I mean, what sort of sums are typically demanded? And is it mainly commercial organisations that are targeted?
Yeah, well, it used to be individuals, and they'd ask for about $500-ish, and it was moved to companies now. And because they know how valuable the data is to companies, and if those companies don't have any backups of their files, they can ask for huge amounts of money. So in this case, $3 million. There's been lots of other cases of multiple £1 million demands being made. They also can threaten to release the files. So if they steal them, instead of just demanding ransom to unlock them, they can say, if you don't release them, we'll just publish them all over the internet.
Right.
And that could be personal details of all their customers.
And in this case, how have Travelex been dealing with it? I mean, I saw somewhere that their website has sort of, planned maintenance.
Exactly, yeah, they're sending a lot of conflicting messages.
Yeah.
So some places they're saying planned maintenance, other places they're saying about the cyber attack. They haven't handled it very well, which is not great for them, because part of a good response to a data breach is to actually talk to customers and tell them what's happening, and they haven't done that well at all. Now, there's no evidence yet that anything has been completely stolen, but the hackers are saying they have got information.
So consumers at this stage customers don't need to worry too much?
Not at this stage. We've got no proof that details have been stolen, but with the level of access the hackers have, they may have access to it.
Right. And is there evidence that these hackers are often paid off, secretly, without any acknowledgement?
Huge
publicly.
Huge amount of evidence. It's basically, they normally pay in a currency like Bitcoin or something, a cryptocurrency, and you can track the payments into that. And one of the groups doing this, there's in their Bitcoin wallet, there's $4 million just sitting there of money they've made recently. So, lots of evidence.
All right. Well, look, thanks very much for joining us. It's a fascinating story, isn't it? Thanks very much indeed.